Well, it is a snowy, cold, and crappy day here in Toronto, but that can't dampen my enthusiasm because I'm in my favorite kind of car right now, affordable sports cars, and this one is a Toyota 86. And you know this car. This car has been around for years and years, and the things we love about it are still the same. It still is a pure driving experience, and it's getting a bit older, however, it's aging well. One of the things I love about this car is the driving position. Look how you sit. The wheel is almost vertical, straight up and down. Everything falls right to hand, the shifter, the wheel. And it's just a car that you can tell is made for driving. This thing is just, it's made to drive. It makes you feel like a race car driver. Isn't that what every sports car should do? And the interior itself, well, it's again pretty old, has aged pretty well. The biggest sticking point is the infotainment system, or lack of. It's clearly just like a Best Buy off-the-rack touchscreen thing. It's okay. It works is the kindest thing I can say about it. This isn't the kind of car you would buy if you want the latest and greatest in in-car technology. Really, just like plug your phone in, play your music, and get over it. That's really all there is to say about that. However, all the other controls, while a bit plain to look at, are perfect. You know, your heater controls, all the seat controls. I like that there's simple buttons, knobs, and switches for everything. It's a really sensible layout in here, and it works really well. But the most reason you're going to buy this car is the driving experience. This thing is one of the few pure driving experiences left. Low power, low grip, low center of gravity. This thing is a riot to drive, and there's only a few cars that really come close to it. For 2019, the Miata is actually faster than one of these. So when you buy one of these, you are shopping for a car that is indeed slower than a Miata. And that can be a hard pill to swallow. Now, one way in which this review is a little different than all the other BRZ FRS 86 reviews out there, this one is an automatic. And right there, I just lost everyone under the age of 18. Sports cars are dead manual. I've heard it a billion times. However, it's my journalistic duty to tell you what it's like to drive with the automatic. Of course, the stick shift is great fun, and it's the one I would personally get. However, not all of us are able to drive stick, and that's okay, internet. This one is all right, automatic. It's not the best. Some of the best automatics in the business are going to be from, Volkswagen, Audi. Those are really good automatics. This one, you can tell, is pretty much just a regular old torque converter automatic that's been dressed up with some paddle shifters, and you can downshift or upshift with them if you choose. It's not particularly smooth or fast, but I will say it gets the job done. And once you're moving, it's quite fun to use the little paddles when you're driving around. So the big question is, has the automatic changed the driving experience? Yes, it has. I would say, honestly, you're probably taking about a 30% fun cut to get the automatic in this car. It's not an absolute deal killer, but it's not as fun to drive as with the stick. It's just something you gotta contend with. But the point is that, manual or not, this thing is a blast to drive. It doesn't affect the cornering at all. This thing has always been so much fun to fly around turns. It's a naturally oversteer-y car, and this is why you would buy the car. Okay, next big question. Should you get this or a Miata? Well, at least here in Canada, there's a pretty sizable price gap between the two. The Miata is a more premium offering. It has a newer interior, it's a bit nicer inside, and it costs more. So you have to keep that in mind when you're comparing the two. The Miata is, the car equivalent of a wetsuit. It's that tight. Inside, shoulders are touching and so on. And so if you find the Miata a little bit claustrophobic, especially in RF form, this could be quite a good option. It is a small car, the 86, but it feels pretty roomy inside. It also has the occasional back seats, which the Miata is, of course, a strict two-seater. And everyone can complain about the back seats, but, they're okay for short trips. And I'll tell you what, sometimes when you're picking up someone and they want to bring their friend, it's nice just to have that option for short 10, 15-minute drives instead of saying, sorry, you got to take a cab. If you don't care about, 0 to 60 times and skid pad numbers, and you just want a car that looks good, fits your stuff, and is easy to park in downtown, this one fits the bill. Honestly, you don't have to be a sports car lover to live with this thing every day. But if you do love sports cars, it's a perfect companion. For Driving.ca, I'm Clayton Seams.